I've got Janette Calverley today with me. She's an NLP specialist and the owner of the Sussex Life Coach, which is a fantastic name for a business. Janette, welcome to the call today.
Hello, Gavin. Welcome.
So, Janette, tell us a little bit about what you do and why you do it. What inspired you to get into NLP, and who is it that you support through your practice?
I was inspired by a number of things. The first most important thing was that I've noticed a pattern in my life where my work pattern was the same. Go to work, try harder, not get what I want, not feeling that passion for my job in the same way as I saw others who were living exactly how they wanted. So I decided that I needed to have a retrain and a reframe of how I saw things. And that led me down the path of NLP practitioner. And so I did my practitioner, master practitioner, and why I did it was because I feel people really benefit from changing their lifestyle when they need to, when they realize how important it is to them and what the result is.
Fantastic. So who is it you largely work with? Is it private individuals? Is it businesses, small businesses?
I've worked with a lady who has completely transformed her life, and I've worked with people who have found me because they need to undo blocks of things that have happened to them in the past. So I've worked with a couple of very small businesses and private clients.
Okay, and how is it you find your clients? What's your, where do you advertise? How do you market?
Well, I recently got myself a really excellent website builder, and he made me a beautiful website. So I did an interview with him, and I have generally done advertising through the sector, through the counselling sector, and I had some quite good results so far.
Okay, it's interesting. Well, in a few years ago, I looked at cognitive behavioural therapy. I was very interested and actually did some training in that. But I've always been interested in NLP, which is your specialist area. What is it about NLP do you think that is particularly effective with helping people remove those blocks?
When you get into the sharp points of NLP, the most exciting part is that the individual who comes for the NLP realizes that they are getting in their own way, and they have these, when they have that realization and when they can see that the future is all up to them, and I watch their blocks go and see them a couple of months later down the line, that just brings total joy to me, absolute joy. And it's about reframing the picture and looking at a mindset change and your life value change, that you haven't got to the point. And that's what I do best. They get to the heart of their matter, because it's not my matter that counts.
I find that particularly interesting. We teach in our organisation that the first tier of mastering a business is about destination, where the business is going, delivery, the customer experience, financial, and time. But there's a fifth area, and that's self-mastery. And I think this is where you come in. It's about us as business owners understanding, as you say, to use your language, how we get in our own way and the blocks that need to be lifted. So I find that particularly interesting. So what is the future for you in the business? Where do you hope to take it?
I would love to see well-being in general after the current situation re-looked at just from a different perspective, just like NLP brings you to a different perspective, looking at how people develop, how their workplace anxiety can be lifted, how they can reignite their passion and motivation through all going on the same path and the same direction. And I have some amazing, easy tools in the toolbox to help people along that journey.
So at this time, given recent events, has this become much more of a focus and much more important, or has it been a gradual change? How would you describe the well-being challenge to people at the moment, particularly in work?
I have had first-hand experience of workplace anxiety from people who are key workers who've had to go to work, and so there's them in the workplace, and then the anxiety of the people who have been allowed to work from home who are too worried about coming back in, and there's a juxtaposition that needs to be helped along and for people to feel secure. It's a thing around self-security and feeling valued and loved when they go back to work.
Yeah. Okay. So clearly, you're highly technically proficient at this sort of area, but you're also the owner of a business. So if I was to say to you, if you could go back and give your younger self some advice about setting up a business and running a business, what advice would you share?
I would share that where you have no expertise, you go and get it. Where you have no ability in a sector, like me, my marketing is not the best, for example, you need to go and get it and embrace AI. Embrace all the intelligent stuff that's coming out and embrace all things IT, because you need it and you need to embrace it so that you have the whole approach. That was what I would tell my younger self right now.
Sounds like good advice to balance the technical proficiencies. Well, thank you very much, Janette. We wish you very well for the future. It's going to be a challenging time for many people, and I'm sure there's huge opportunities for you, but also for the people that you're going to help, which ultimately is your key motivator. So I wish you every success in the future.
Thank you, Gavin.